Despite the fact that he is 49 years old and from Canada, Michael Bublé has said that his on-screen persona is not consistent with his actual personality. Artists said that his comparatively unblemished image had also contributed to the sale of millions of CDs over his career. Bublé told The Sun about his wilder side, saying that the man in the suit was a construct of the record industry, and that the thing your grandmother loves is not me, it has never been me. I haven't met you, but the singer said that they are marketing me because your mother will love him. The more cats you have, the cuter he will be. When it came to popularity, I felt like a child in a candy shop, like, oh my god, there's all this stuff and you can purchase everything you want and I could party too, he continued. Now as I look back, I understand how immature I was, particularly emotionally. I felt like I was a kid in a candy store. As an additional point of interest, Michael Bublé spoke about the great influence that his marriage to the Argentine actress Luisana Lotto has had on him, stating that, from the moment I met my wife, I became a better man. When it came to exercising control over what I was doing, whether it was partying, eating, or whatever she would tell me, I was just a bit confused and lacked the ability to do so. I love you, Mike, but I don't want to be with a man who drinks, uses drugs, smokes, or does this or that, he stated, remembering one of the elements that affected his choice. I don't want to be with a man who does any of these things. The velvety voice of Michael Bublé, whose velvety voice takes listeners to the golden era of jazz, has been considered for a long time as the most alluring crooner. Fans of swing were captivated to him not only by his music, but also by the easy charisma he seemed to exude from the moment he came onto the stage. When I first started out Bublé, I explained that there was this image that people desired, and the slick guy. However, in a genuine and highly personal interview, Bublé has broken his silence on the disparity between his on-screen character and his inner self, showing a more thoughtful and vulnerable side that few have witnessed. He is dressed in clothes that are exceptionally well-fitted, and he is armed with a magnificent smile. The Sinatra-like figure who could go into a room and dominate it, and I leaned in because, to tell you the truth, Bublé's public reputation, which has been likened to a member of the Rat Pack in the contemporary day, was meticulously crafted by a team of industry specialists. As someone who recognized the marketability of a throwback star in an era of auto-tuned pop, Bublé's polished performances and amusing talk on stage made him synonymous with the term vintage star. An old-school cool that evoked nostalgia for a simpler and more glamorous past. Nevertheless, behind the scenes, the Canadian singer was under pressure to live up to this image. There is a part of me that likes the glamour and the showmanship that he told me, but there is also a part of me that is just not a fan of the showmanship. Mike, a resident of Burnaby, British Columbia, whom he describes as the guy who enjoys sitting at home in sweatpants and watching hockey for years, Bublé maintained the act in order to reconcile his public character with his personal existence. However, fissures began to appear during a particularly strenuous global tour. He explained that he was exhausted. He said, I'd be on stage laughing and cracking jokes, but deep down I felt like I was losing myself. He would look in the mirror and wonder, who is this guy in 2016? I'm still the guy who loves to entertain, he told me, but I'm also of the guy who has made mistakes, been insecure, and suffered with self-doubt, and I believe it is vital to convey that aspect of me as well. This increased fragility is reflected in his music, especially his current album, which includes songs like, I'm Still the Guy Who Loves to Entertain. Noah was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer, which was a shocking moment. He decided to step away from the spotlight in order to concentrate on his family. This decision not only altered his priorities, but it also pushed him to confront his inner self. When you're confronted with something like that, all the superficial stuff falls away. He addresses themes of love, loss, and survival in both his own songs and covers. Songs like Forever Now and Love You Anymore exhibit a rawness that stands in stark contrast to the breezy assurance of his early work. I was told by him that listening to music has always been my means of processing emotions, but for a substantial length of time I have been unable to engage in this activity. I felt obligated to conceal myself behind a persona. Now, however, I am learning to let the music speak for itself. While the choice made by Bublé to eliminate the act has been freeing, it has not been without its share of challenges. As he explained to me, people have this preconceived notion of who you are, and it is difficult to alter that. I have had admirers approach me and say, "You seem different," and I have responded by saying, "Yeah, because I'm finally being myself." He has also had to deal with the challenges of social media, where the line between personal and professional expression is regularly crossed. Connecting with followers via social media may be an excellent approach to do so. On the other hand, he informed me that it might also be a place where people expect you to be continuously on. I've had to set boundaries and tell myself that it's okay to take a step back. Unexpectedly, the candor that Bublé has been using has only served to increase his popularity among his following. He told me that it has made me realize that vulnerability is not a weakness, but rather a strength. Fans have also observed a change in his live performance while he continues to deliver the high-energy crowd-pleasing numbers that have made him famous. His shows have taken on a new intimacy. I have received a lot of messages from people saying that they are grateful to him for being an authentic person. I will tell anecdotes of my family and the challenges that I have faced. The individual indicated that the reaction has been amazing, and people have shown a desire to connect with one another on a more profound level. He is determined to continue combining his passion for spectacle with his commitment to being honest. Despite the fact that I am still trying to figure out what he recognized, I feel that is the beauty of it. He is also enthusiastic about utilizing his platform to encourage others, and he told me that if my experience will make someone else feel less alone, then it is worth it. He also reminded me that we are all human, and that we are all just doing our best. Life is a journey, and I am just trying to be present every step of the way. Michael Bublé's decision to jettison his on-screen image is a testament to his personal and artistic development. By accepting his actual self, he has not only developed a stronger connection with his audience, but also paved the route for a more meaningful and happy profession. At the end of the day, he stated, "All I want to do is make music that moves people and live a life that is authentic to who I am, and I believe I'm finally getting there." Bublé took a moment to stop after the chat in order to think over his vacation. "It's hilarious," he observed, smiling for a considerable amount of time. "Despite the fact that I was under the impression that I needed to be perfect, I discovered that people are not looking for perfection, rather they are just looking to be genuine. This is a lesson that I will never forget."